Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I hope that you are doing very well. Shabbat Shalom to you, Rachel.
Shabbat Shalom.
Haven't seen you in a couple weeks. You doing okay too?
Yeah, I have, and I missed you all.
Thank you very much. We missed you very, very much. Folks at home, you may have noticed that I'm doing something different this week. I am wearing something different this week. I'm wearing a tallis, and I want to explain why that is. Today, December 4th, and the Torah portion Vayishlach is the exact anniversary of my bar mitzvah. In English date, in Hebrew date, Torah portion, all of it. It was 38 years ago that I became bar mitzvah and received this tallis. So that's obviously really special for me. I don't always mark the occasion, but since all the dates aligned this week, this year, I really had to. I don't normally wear a tallis on Friday night because it's not custom to wear a tallis on Friday night. That's because the obligation is to see the tassels that will remind us of our obligations. And since it's dark at nighttime, especially in pre-modern times, talitot weren't worn. The service leader, the shaliach tzibur, wears one to signal that he or she is the leader of the service. But here on Zoom, it's really clear who's leading the service. We're not shuffling in a crowd together. So it doesn't feel right to me to wear a tallis most of the time, but on this anniversary, I thought I would. And if you'll hold on just a moment, I will share with you who I was 38 years ago today. This is me at my bar mitzvah. There we go. And here is my bar mitzvah certificate. I absolutely love showing this to our bar and bat mitzvah students, both the picture and the certificate, so that they can see that it is possible and it is in fact the beginning of growing up, and that grown-ups were once their age, 38 or so years ago. So with that said, with this special occasion anniversary for me, let's turn it back to Rachel and sing Hine Matov, because it really, really is good to be together.
Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Let's light candles. I hope you have candles at home and will join me and Rachel. Brushing away the tension and brushing in the peace. Brushing away the discomfort and brushing in the ease. Brushing away our troubles and brushing in our blessings.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. I need this. going to go a little bit out of order. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. Shiru Ladonai, this version is by Julie Silver. Psalm 92.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר הסתך, ואמונתך בלילות. עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון וכינור. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. We'll continue with Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחיי חון וביום חון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל.
Bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, vimeru, amen. Yehishme rabba mevorach, le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitbar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran belma v'imeru. Amen.
For the Baruch Hu, we lift ourselves up. Some of us stand for it, but regardless of whether we remain seated or stand, we seek to connect heaven and earth through our bodies, allowing ourselves to be conduits of the flow of energy between heaven and earth for the Baruch Hu. If you are standing, please be seated. Although you may try to preserve that connection, I think that is a vital part of successful prayer, that connection of heaven and earth, that being of the conduit. But we'll continue now with Roll in the Dark by Rabbi Noam Katz, one of our favorite pieces here at Temple Emmanuel.
Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. To Ahavat Olam. Oh, I need 1 second. There we go. Day and night, show us the way, teaching us to number our days. When we rise, when we lie down, Ava
And now it's time for Shema. So if you are rising or if you are staying seated, once again, check in and form that connection. Allow for that flow as we offer these ancient words.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated as we continue with Ve'ahavta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאליכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Sinai we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני
will continue with Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, l'shalom. Ve'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Sometimes I think that the quiet time during the Amidah is the most important time of the entire day or entire week. A time when not only are we not supposed to do anything, we can't do anything. We can only sit and wait and be at peace. After Rachel brings us in with the opening line, we will take 10 breaths of peace. If you wish more time, merely pause the recording, take all the time you need, and then we'll join back together with Yismachu.
I was muted. Okay, here we go. Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadesh Shevi Shabbat, Kulam Yisbehu, Veitanu Metu Vechashabat, Yismechu V'malechutecha, Shomrei 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 Shabbat, V'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat v'hashvi ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat chemdad yamim
חמדת ימים אותו קראת שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, זכר למעשה בראשית שבת, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
Even in the oneg of Shabbat, the joy of Shabbat, we know that the world isn't perfectly joyous. There is heartbreak. This Shabbat, as every Shabbat, but deeper now, as the number of COVID cases rises and we all feel afraid. Let's pray on behalf of our community members who are hurting, who are ill today. They include Daniel Barish, Dave Beeson, Antoinetta Caputo, Sandra Chin, Jorge Contreras, Kenny Dobin, Mark Eggleton, David Foreman, Michael Glass, Emily Harris, Deborah Havens, Carl Herman, Mark Heitzman, Nancy Levy, Francine Locks, Nancy Marks, Brittany Maxwell, Jerry Mavrinac, Audra Morgan, Juan Quintero, Sue Rubin, Marion Shack, the Sharma family, Jane Sinkin, and Beverly Worthing. And I want to ask you to add to this list the names of people or groups of people who are in our circle of concern as we offer Misha Beirach now.
To make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishabera imotenu lekor habracha. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. May the source of healing and goodness be present for all those who need it this week and always. So as I mentioned at the beginning of our service, this is the anniversary of my bar mitzvah, and I hope you'll indulge me in not just wearing my tallis, but also in sharing with you the Devar Torah. We called it then a bar mitzvah speech, although I hate that word. That's what's written right here. The Devar Torah that I gave on 12/4/82 at Kehileth Israel in the Pacific Palisades of Southern California. Um, it's funny to me, it's interesting to me as I reread it, to see what is me and what turns of phrases I think or recall or sound like my mother's that got woven in there. But in general, I think this is a statement of who I was 38 years ago today, and I hope you don't mind that I share it with you now. In the Torah portion of Vayishlach, which I chanted today, the people that are in our focus of concern are Jacob and Esau, the twin sons of Isaac and Rebekah. When Jacob left home to find a wife, he was not on good terms with his twin. Jacob had pretended to be Esau so that their blind father Isaac would give him the blessing of the firstborn. After many years and many children, Jacob decided to return home, but he was unsure of how Esau would receive him. It turned out that he was wholly welcomed. This fighting and caring among brothers is found throughout the Bible. I'm sure that everyone here can think of one biblical example. First, let's think of the good that brothers have done in the world. In the Bible, one brother is known for his wisdom and his stutter, the other for his eloquent speech. They complemented each other, and they are Moses and Aaron. The pair is known as the greatest leaders of our people. They freed our forefathers from Egypt and led them to the gates of the promised land. Noah's Ark could not have been built or ever even set sail without the help of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. These brothers worked together during the 40 days of the flood and helped to create the new world afterwards. But the most famous pair of biblical brothers were enemies. Cain and Abel brought tremendous grief to their parents, and of course, their rivalry led Cain to kill Abel. Similarly, the jealousy of Joseph's brothers prompted them to sell their brother into slavery and to tell their father that he was dead. Another couple is Isaac and Ishmael, the sons of Abraham. Ishmael was thrown out of Abraham's clan by Sarah, who feared that Ishmael would become the heir. Both of the sons fathered peoples, Isaac the Jews and Ishmael the Arabs. Today their descendants have fought, killed, and injured each other. Israel and the rest of the Middle East has been one of the world's hot spots since World War II. Someday I hope that their common heritage will become more important than their territorial claims. I hope that some settlement will be reached so that the suffering of the Palestinians and that of the Israelis will stop and peace will come about. While I will receive many privileges after my bar mitzvah, today I take on extra responsibilities as well. I would like to help in some way to help solve the problems of the world. So thank you all for coming here to celebrate this turning point in my life. Thanks to Cantor Gutchin, Cantor Lenneman, Rabbi Bergman, and Cantor Fox for helping me to prepare for this service through study and practice. I thank Rabbi Abraham Winokur for taking part in my bar mitzvah today. My friends Julie, Wendy, Laura, Tim, Ben, and Talia have helped me to learn prayers during school and Hebrew school, and I thank them. And to my mother, father, and family for their support and encouragement during the last few months. And to my parents and brother for driving me to the synagogue. Well, I'll have to brush that off in another 38 years and see how it holds up then and see whether peace has come to the Middle East in that time. It's now time for us to offer Kaddish Yatom after that trip down memory lane. And this week, we mourn for Sandra Prebill, Marion Hopkins, Edith Seidman, Betty Traum, Elizabeth Korchnoi, and Leslie Shahar. And we offer Kaddish Yatom in observance of the Yortzites of Helen Ainsworth, Isaac Alexander, Alan Benedict, Celia Block, Warren Bodo, Shirley Brody, Michael Bernstein, Robert Cohn, Eva Farb, Mindy Flancer, Rhoda Friedlander, Stephen Geidelman, Rita Greenberg, Sharon Halpin, Lola Cater, Michael Kirsten, Helen Coleman, Michael Miller, Barry Rom, Ted Schneiderman, Marie Schutz, Hiram Spinrad, and Edith Weiner. Who are you remembering tonight? Please rise, as is your practice. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divra cherute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mivorach le'olam ulmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yitalal. Shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. Their memories are blessings to us. Before we conclude with Oseh Shalom, I just want to remind everyone that Hanukkah is just about here, and Temple Emmanuel is doing a lot for Hanukkah. A scavenger hunt, candle lighting, live, I think first and last nights, and online, pre-recorded all throughout as part of our highlights, where we are highlighting Temple Emmanuel members who are involved in the community, working in nonprofits, volunteering at nonprofits, connected to nonprofits. So a way to get to know fellow members and their work in the congregation. Lots of good stuff going on. The Hanukkah gift sale going on as well. So it'll be great to celebrate the Festival of Lights with all of you. But now to conclude Shabbat, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu.
I absolutely love that version.
Me too.
Rachel, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Rachel and this rabbi and this bar mitzvah boy wish you all Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.